In most stories, Dracula is a predator, an ancient evil lurking in the shadows, thirsting for blood and domination. But Castlevania reimagines him as something far more compelling, a grieving husband pushed to the brink of annihilation. This Dracula is not a mindless monster. He's Vlad Tepes, a man of intellect and passion whose love for his wife Lisa was so profound that her murder broke him beyond repair. His subsequent war on humanity is not just villainy, it is a tragedy of Shakespearean proportions. So, how does Castlevania make us understand a genocidal vampire? How does it force us to ask, would I have done any different? Today, we dissect Dracula as one of fiction's most morally complex villains, a tyrant whose actions are monstrous, yet whose pain is undeniably human. Before the carnage, before the vampiric empire, Dracula was a scholar, a man who defied the divide between human and monster by marrying a mortal woman. His human wife Lisa was a tether to his goodness. She saw past his vampiric nature not as a curse, but as an opportunity for knowledge. Their love was genuine, tender, and a rarity in a world where vampires and humans were locked in eternal conflict. Lisa was his anchor to humanity. Where others saw a vampire, she saw a partner, a father, and a thinker. But then, the church burned her alive. Accused of witchcraft for practicing medicine, Lisa was murdered by the very people she sought to heal. And in that moment, Vlad's faith in humanity shattered. Her death wasn't just a loss, it was a betrayal of the very species she tried to heal. The cruel irony of Lisa's fate, she was burned as a witch for practicing medicine. The church, which preached morality, became her executioner. In killing her, humanity proved Dracula's worst fears, that they were ruled by fear, arrogance, and cruelty. This wasn't just a murder, it was cosmic injustice, and it shattered any hope Dracula had for peace between humans and vampires. Grief can turn saints into monsters. Dracula's response was methodical, deliberate, and horrifying logical. He gives humanity 1 year to flee Wallachia before his extermination begins. He doesn't attack immediately, he allows the innocent to escape. His vengeance is not impulsive, but calculated. This is critical to understanding his character. Dracula is not a mindless beast. He is a wronged intellectual, a man who once sought knowledge and peace, now turned into an architect of apocalypse. What makes Dracula a defendable villain is that his actions, while horrific, followed a twisted but internally consistent rationale. They killed my wife. Why should they live? Dracula's war is not arbitrary. He doesn't kill for sport, he kills for justice. In his mind, if humanity could murder a woman who only ever helped them, then humanity itself is irredeemable. If the church, the supposed moral authority, could commit such an atrocity, then all institutions are corrupt. If his love was destroyed by arrogance, then arrogance must be purged. This logic is extreme, but it's not baseless. Now, the hypocrisy of his enemies. The heroes opposing Dracula were not purely righteous. The church is corrupt, fanatical, and just as bloodthirsty as the vampires. Trevor Belmont, though heroic, comes from a family excommunicated for protecting people from monsters. Even the vampire factions like Camilla are power-hungry and deceitful. Dracula's condemnation of humanity is validated by the story itself. Also, his mercy lingers. Despite his rage, Dracula shows glimpses of mercy. He spares the speakers, saves people because Lisa respected them. He does not kill his son Alucard even when they fight. He lets himself be defeated. His final words are not curses, but regret. Lisa, I'm sorry.
Your greatest gift to me, and I'm killing him.
This complexity makes him more than a villain. It makes him a tragic figure. Can a genocidal vampire be defended? Not morally, perhaps, but narratively? Absolutely. Because, number one, he's a product of his pain. Dracula is not evil by nature. He is broken by loss. His war is not about power, it's about retribution for an unforgivable crime. His motivation is human, even if his response is monstrous. Number two, he is right about humanity's flaws. The show doesn't shy away from humanity's cruelty. The church burns Lisa alive for healing the sick, townsfolk betray each other for survival, even heroes like Trevor acknowledge the world's darkness. Dracula's mistake is not in recognizing evil, it is in declaring all humans irredeemable because of it. Number three, his love was real, and that makes it worse. The cruelest irony is that Dracula's love for Lisa was pure. If she had lived, he would have remained a recluse, not a conqueror. But because he loved so deeply, his fall is that much more devastating. Dracula is not a hero. He's not even an anti-hero. He is a villain of the highest order, a being who chose annihilation over forgiveness. But he's also a man who loved, who lost, and who broke. In the end, Castlevania forces us to ask, what would I become if the world took everything from me? And that question lingers long after the bloodshed ends. Can we justify genocide? Of course not. But can we understand it? That's where Castlevania excels.